Hello, everybody. This is Euro Maestro. We're broadcasting live from Germany, this time from Cologne. It's another day, another city. So earlier in the day, I was in Leipzig and Frankfurt, and now Cologne, which has the very impressive Cologne Cathedral, as you can see here. So be sure to smash that like button and leave a comment. Hey there, this is Euro Maestro, broadcasting live from Germany in Cologne. You can see the impressive cathedral here, the Cologne Cathedral. You can see it's very impressive. So we're gonna walk around Cologne. I see more people joining. Welcome. Let me step back so you can get a better view of the cathedral. Hey, Chris is here. Chris, you might recognize this. Hey, hockey rules in the house. Speaking of sports, there was a big football game here today, so there are a lot of English hooligans and football fans here, making quite an impact on the city, I have to say. Singing their songs. But yeah, can be a little festive. So this is city center here. You got the train station. Where's the train station? Train station right over there, next to the cathedral. So today is Thanksgiving in the United States. Not a holiday over here. So we actually in Germany just had a new lockdown that started, I'm trying to think, I think it started on Monday. So prior to that, the rules were a little relaxed somewhat, but now they're back on the strict side. So you have to, there you can see the Hauptbahnhof. It's pretty nice train station, actually. I have to show you guys my hotel room at some point. But don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Share this out to the media. So how you guys? Well, Chris, I guess. Oh, neither one of you are celebrating Thanksgiving. That's right. We got two Canadians in the house. Oh, so what do you guys think of this cathedral? It's pretty impressive. But the Americans are celebrating Thanksgiving today, and in Europe, people are working today. But with these new lockdown restrictions, you cannot stay at a hotel as a tourist. So if you're a tourist, no hotel for you. So you have to come up with some other reason why you want to stay at the hotel and be able to justify that. It is impressive, yes. See, they have a lot of bicycles and scooters here. That's always cool. See, it's quite popular in Germany. Well, actually throughout Europe. What's going on with the new variant? Have you heard? Yeah, so the new variant is pretty scary. I think there's something like 30 mutations on the spike protein there. So we'll have to see how that weighs in. I did post a tweet comparing Sweden with their sort of open approach with its neighbors, because I know there's in some circles people are trying to sort of twist reality and say somehow Sweden is a success story. The problem with that is when you compare the deaths in Sweden compared to its neighbors, Sweden is much higher. And when I say much higher, I don't mean 10% higher. I don't mean 30% higher. I don't even mean 50% higher. I'm talking about 7 times higher. So they're like 7 times higher than Finland and Norway. Finland and Norway, and I think they're probably something like maybe like 3 or 4 times higher than Denmark. Sweden watching. Good to see you again. I was just talking about Sweden and the incredibly high COVID death toll in Sweden compared to its neighbors. So 7 times higher. So not an insignificant number. So I know that in some circles they were thinking, well, we'll have more deaths in the short term, but fewer deaths in the long term. Well, so far that's not panning out. And I don't see how that could ever pan out. So we were just looking at the Cologne Cathedral here in the city center. Hey, Dean.
Excuse me, McDonald's?
There. Yeah.
Thank you.
Danke. There's a lot of Englishmen here. Just looking for McDonald's. Go to the train station. Oh, I see you guys smashing that like button. Much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the like button. Leave some comments. Oh, see people zipping around on these scooters. Let's walk around a little bit. See what we will find. So there was a big football game here today, and so because of that, you have a lot of English football fans here. I forgot what country you're in. So right now I'm in Germany. So I'm in Cologne right now. Earlier I was in Frankfurt, and before that I was in Leipzig, and I was before that in Dusseldorf, and before that Berlin a few times. I think like 5 times. Do you speak German? 9. Wie geht's? Yes, Sweden is tragic in that issue compared to Finland, for example. Yes, 7 times higher than Finland and 7 times higher than Norway. So it's not even close. You think about it, even if it were double, that would be incredibly ridiculous. But 7 times. Is Nuremberg or Heidelberg on the list? I haven't been there yet, but I should probably go there at some time. Should we take a little detour through the train station? Or should we try to walk around this building? This building turns out to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. So I think we'll go back the other way. Maybe we'll go to the other side of the cathedral. See what's over there. Bistro Amdum. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with how much I'm getting by on the little German that I know. So I've completed sometimes like the entire hotel transaction I got through. So I was like, okay, it's starting to come to me. And it's funny because you just start understanding more and more with time, of course. I'm watching Netflix. Your broadcast is interesting as much as Netflix. Well, thank you. You've been to Germany twice. Berlin is a beautiful city. Germany had the biggest one-day hike on record. Yeah, so that's why I was mentioning earlier that Germany has just implemented new lockdown regulations. So those went into effect on Monday. So I actually had booked into my hotel on a Sunday night, and I only booked one night. And then when Monday morning came, I said, you know what? I want to stay another night. So I went down to the hotel lobby and said, I'd like to extend for another night. And they're like, nope, you can't extend for another night. And I'm like, you're booked? And they're like, no, we're not booked. He says, we're not taking guests anymore because of the lockdown. And I was like, uh-oh, what am I going to do? Because now I'm homeless. If the hotels aren't taking guests, where am I going to stay? But it turns out There was a way to stay at the hotel, but you had to fill out all kinds of crazy forms and stuff. But basically, they're not letting tourists book rooms. And then, of course, everybody needs, you can come to my house, Euro. Do you have a house in Germany? So, is that Excelsior? I like that name. Kind of an interesting looking hotel, actually. Maybe I should have stayed there. But the one thing I was really happy with, I just went into this store to get something to drink because I was a little thirsty. And I asked the guy, what time do you close? And then he gave me this very quizzical look. And I was like, is my German that bad that he doesn't even understand what I'm asking? But the reason why he was giving me that look is like, he's like, we don't close. I was like, you don't close? Not ever? He's like, nope. So I was like, yes, my kind of store. I love 24 hours stores. If I had my way, I'd have like everything open 24/7. Like, why should things close? I guess certain things should close, but, you know, you find the screaming in a pillow for 60 seconds daily is good for mental health. This COVID is killing me. Yes, it is getting a little frustrating. All these restrictions for so long. And the thing that's quite sad about it is you look at places like South Korea, for instance, they have virtually no deaths. I mean, it's ridiculously low. And you see this throughout Southeast Asia and stuff. And the thing is, they took the COVID pandemic very serious right from the beginning and implemented all kinds of zero tolerance policies. And they don't have cases and they don't have deaths. And even China, which initially had, a high infection rate, took it very seriously. Yeah, Hong Kong is super low. And, they got over it within a few weeks. And the West adopted this lax approach. And the problem is, here we are going on, we're going to be going on 2 years pretty soon. So it would have been better to take a more extreme approach, but have it last a much shorter duration and at least be over with it. And instead, we're like dragging this thing out. And we're at the point now where we're not even sure this may become endemic. It's not looking good. Look at the Christmas decorations here. Quite nice. I don't know why it says Peking. We're not in Peking. But let's go take a closer look at this cathedral. Love that entrance. So there's a lot of police presence. So if you're wondering why there's so many police out and about, it's because of the footballers. Or not the footballers, but the football fans. The hooligans. Oh, look at this. Look at the Christmas tree and the lights over there. Oh, I'm glad we came this way. Can you see the big tree over there? So we'll get a little closer and we'll take a look at this cathedral and the entrance. And then go over to that Christmas square over there, which looks quite nice. Singapore is making non-vaxxers paying for their treatments. Well, that might be a good approach. That there should be some kind of differential treatment, because the non-vaxxers and the anti-vaxxers are really prolonging this thing. But they're not only prolonging it, they're making it more and more dangerous, because the longer we let this virus go out in the public, the more time for more mutations, and some of those mutations will prove more deadly, some will be more contagious. So it creates all kinds of problems. Nice to see you, Euro. Nice to see you, Des. Beautiful entrance to that church. Isn't it amazing? Guys, you should see my hotel room. I was like, wow. I've been very lucky. A lot of the hotels in Germany are very nice, nice rooms. You've seen, I filmed some of my hotel rooms in Berlin, and you saw like how large those rooms were. Well, some people were saying it's not even a room, it's really like an apartment basically. It's big and stylish, so it's pretty cool. So we're gonna go over to that Christmas square in just a minute. Hey Chris. Let's go take a closer look at this entrance. They have very nice lighting as well. See someone else interested in taking photos too. Oh. How are the cases in Germany? They are pretty high. The UK is high as well. Look at that. Quite impressive. Amazing detail. Let's go look at the other entrances. So, you have typically these 3 entrances. You just commented it. By the way, thank you guys. I see you smashing that like button. So that really helps when you smash that like button, leaving comments. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Hit the bell so you get notified. Wow. Those looks like some pretty tall stained glass windows. It must be very impressive in the daytime. Let's go into the Christmas market. When are you ever going back to Paris? I don't know. I keep saying next month or this month and next month, but I've been saying that for what, 8 or 9 months now? So my poor apartment, I can't even imagine how much mail I must have piling up. You haven't used HAPS. I can't use HAPS. I can't sign in to my HAPS account. So I did one under a new account, Maestro 2. But yeah, I can't log into my regular account. So I won't be able to log in until I get back to Paris. So that's going to be a long time. Ciao from Austin, Texas, y'all. Giving thanks for your broadcast, y'all. ATX Michael, well, thank you so much for your comments. I really do appreciate that. This feedback really helps because sometimes I have no idea, like, are people liking this, not liking this? What do they want? So when you give the feedback, positive or negative, it actually helps quite a bit. So here we are. You can see some other people filming the Christmas market. So we'll have to come back in the daytime and check this market out when it's open. Pablo told me that he contacted you about the HAPS. Yes, he contacted me, but he didn't, he wasn't able to resolve it. He was just like, try logging in basically. So the problem is, as I explained, they switched their system. So they used to have a system where you logged in based on your email, and now they have a login based on your telephone number. And the problem is, as you might imagine, I have multiple telephone numbers. So, I have a German telephone number and a Dutch telephone number and an English telephone number, French telephone numbers, Israeli telephone numbers, all those kinds of things. So a phone number login is not great for me. So I think it works for most people because most people probably have one phone or one main phone, and just pick one. You can't pick one. That's the problem, because it's validating against your phone number. So it won't let me use a new phone number because then it says, oh, you're not Euro. So that's why I have a Euro Maestro 2 account now. Go on Heckle. Yeah, I do like Heckle, and I haven't been on in a while. But the last time I tried to log into Heckle, I couldn't either because the The app had updated, so I have to try that again. There's the cathedral from the side. Wow. This cathedral is super impressive. You can see they're doing some renovation on it too. Are they aware that this latest update was destructive? I don't know much about the latest update because I haven't had a chance to use it, but I've heard from other people. Some people don't seem to like it. You can't get your text from a different number. Exactly. That's the problem. Is it's sending a text to a number that I don't have access to right now, and it won't let me switch telephone numbers. That's why I prefer the login by email. And then if you also want to verify telephone number, you could do that after the login process, and you can send, a lot of apps do that actually, and then they'll send you a text message to a phone number, or they'll send a code to your phone, and then you have to enter in that code number. So you could do it that way, but since it's telephone first on apps, it makes it very difficult for people like me. It's not friendly to travel scopers yet. Multiple cities with multiple phones. Are you a drug dealer? Dude, are drug dealers the ones? Why do drug dealers need multiple phone numbers? Can't they just have their people call them? I like to have local phone numbers because it's just more handy and practical when you're traveling. Your has burner phones. I'll tell you, most of my phones are not burner phones because, an iPhone 13 Pro is an expensive burner phone. So they've got this one big Christmas tree over here. You see all lit up, quite nice. And then I was going to say, this is a big tree too, actually. Look at that, it's several stories tall. And we have this, whatever this is. I have a phone number for Paris, but only use it while I'm there. Yeah. So I know our Swedish friend said that he's been to Germany twice. So I think I've been to Berlin now. I'm trying to think. Not even counting Germany, just Berlin. Probably like on 5 separate trips, I think, over the last couple of months. I got in Haps and I don't have a phone number. Well, I don't know how you did that because I can't seem to do that. My Haps login is with the USA number, so if I'm in Paris, I'm not able to. No, you can still log in as long as you have access to your number and can get code. The problem is I have more than one Paris number, and the number I used for Haps is not a number I have access to right now. So it's a little complicated. Lots of trips. Well, I've been doing a lot of trips to a lot of places, right? So I went to Tel Aviv recently and to Norway. I've been to the Netherlands, I think, 4 times, I think. Is it? 4 times in the last couple of months. Yeah. Dusseldorf, Cologne, Munich, a lot of German cities, a lot of English cities, a lot of German cities, only a couple of Dutch cities. So I quite like this. We'll definitely have to come back in the daytime, right, guys? But I definitely quite like this city center here. And the Christmas market looks like it's going to be amazing. Look at the Christmas tree. Haven't seen this too often. The Christmas tree has, in addition to giant bulbs and ornaments, has whole packages wrapped on the tree, wrapped boxes. So that's kind of a nice touch. Paris is so beautiful around Christmas. It is. Christmas market lockdown. I don't know, because it's late at night here, so it would be closed. So I don't know. I'm assuming it's open in the daytime. You know, with this lockdown, like businesses are open. Excuse me. Businesses are open, but you need your COVID passport to, go into businesses, to sit down, anything like that. I went into a Saturn store yesterday. There's just like this big burly guy at the entrance, blocking the entrance. I was like, aren't you guys open? He's like, passport, COVID passport. I was like, oh yeah, I need this to be over. Make this over. End this. I reached my brain. Yeah, I can totally relate. Like, I wasn't able to travel for many, many months. And now, again, like tourism is not allowed right now. So you can't be a tourist and go to a hotel, for instance, or things like that. So it's made booking hotels a little bit more complicated. When you go to New York City, the boy from New York City. I don't know. I don't have plans right now. They just opened up travel to the States recently, right? I think in this month, early November, was the first time that travel has been open again. So it is possible. Israel also opened up travel in November, so I went there. It seems like there's quite the delay. So I see some more people joining the live stream. Welcome. This is Maestro. We're broadcasting live from Cologne. I think we're going to walk around the other side of the cathedral again for those that may have, for the new people who haven't seen this impressive cathedral from the front. Maybe if I have time, I can go on a Ferris wheel or something. That would be fun. Oh, look at this. This is Casper, Balthasar. So we got the wise men. So here I got a trivia question for you guys. Christmas trivia. According to the Bible, how many wise men visited Jesus? So we all know the story. The wise men went to Bethlehem to witness the birth of Jesus. How many wise men were there according to the biblical texts? Ocean Blue says 3. Let's see if we have any other answers. See if anybody comes up with the right answer. So we see the names of 3 of them here. Phil says 0. Well, I don't know if that's a correct answer or not. It's kind of close to the right answer. Do we include the drummer boy, Brian from Brian? Well, I said according to the biblical text. So according to scripture, how many wise men visited Jesus? Phil, I'm going to give you half a point for the 0 because it's technically not quite correct. You're a pessimist. Oh, that's why you said that. Chris said 12. You know, usually we think about and talk about the three wise men. Brian! Oh, look at all the Christmas trees they have here. Oh, the market is getting more interesting on this side. Lots of Christmas trees. So I guess I'm going to give you the answer. No one has given the correct answer, although Phil was kind of close. So actually, the Bible does not give a number. It never mentions how many wise men. It simply says the wise men visited with no reference. We don't know if it's 2, if it's 100, if it's 12, or it's 5. We do know it's a plural number, so it is more than 1, but we don't know how many. So the reason why people like to say 3 is because it does mention the gifts they bring, and it mentions 3 gifts. So a lot of people assume that there were 3 wise men, each bringing one of the 3 gifts. Of course, we don't know that. We just know that they brought 3 gifts. For all we know, they all brought gold and frankincense and myrrh. Good one, Euro. Yes, exactly. So that's the idea, is people think, oh, each one had one gift. But of course, there's no way to know. But that's how it's depicted, as you can see here. So much so that we even gave them names and all the rest. So this looks like it'd be an amazing Christmas market in the daytime, don't you guys think? I think so. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to all our American friends. For those just joining, there was a football game here earlier tonight. A German team versus an English team. So we had a lot of the English football fans here. Some of them were quite rowdy. The English team lost. I think it was 3-2, someone told me. Which is a lot of goals, right? Five goals in the game. It's quite cold, by the way. Let me look at my watch. Oh, it's still 4 degrees. So this is a high of 6 today, a low of 1. Right now it's 4 degrees. So it's quite cold. There is the cathedral from the front. Thank you guys for smashing that like button. It's still above freezing. It is, barely. It's 4 degrees above freezing. And the low is 1 degree above. I heard that there is snow forecast for the UK. So I haven't been in the UK for a little bit. But my understanding is there is snow coming if it doesn't already have snow. So there's the cathedral from the front. So as I promised, it is very impressive. When you think about it, it's impressive today. So one could imagine how impressive this must have been centuries ago when these were new. While you're there, even if you're an atheist, make a request to the big guy to end this pandemic. Oh, I know what I would do to have this pandemic over. I mean, I think we all want to go back to pre-pandemic days. I mean, I hope we can someday. But, travel in life is so difficult on so many fronts. So every time I go to a new place, I have to get Sometimes I have to get new COVID-19 passports because, they have local ones. Um, you know, Israel has a very incredibly strict process. So you have to be fully vaccinated. And in Israel, fully vaccinated means with the booster. So you have to be fully vaccinated, including the third dose. You have to have a negative test before you arrive. Okay, so you have to show a negative test just to get on the airplane to go there. Then when you land, you have to take a test at the airport. So they don't let you leave the airport without taking another test on landing. You're in quarantine until that test comes back with a negative result. Then you need another test to leave. And if you're staying there any length of time, I think it's like every 2 or 3 days, you need another test. So they're like testing. And then of course you need your COVID-19 passport to do anything, to go into restaurants or stores and things like that. And they take it very, very seriously. You can have my booster. I don't have the booster yet. So I won't have a booster actually for many, many months now. Because I got vaccinated very late. So I won't get a booster probably until next year. Like the movie The Terminal. Yes, it is kind of like the movie like The Terminal. You have to stay in that airport. Yeah. Now, if you guys haven't seen this movie with Tom Hanks, The Terminal, by the way, that film is based on a true story. So that really happened to someone. But you had a guy that was stuck inside the airport terminal, and he was not allowed to fly out, and he was not allowed to go into the city. So he literally had to live inside the airport terminal. So that happened in Paris, in CDG Airport, and the guy lived there for I think it was 17 years. Beautiful church. Yeah, the church is really amazing, as you can see. See some pubs here. Quite active. Everybody's out and about and drinking. It's a good movie, and Tom Hanks is amazing. It is a good movie. And you're right, Tom Hanks did a great job in that movie. But, it's just amazing. Oh, my God. Can we take a little peek? This is like those German beer halls. If you've ever been in them, like, they have really, really long tables. Very, very long tables. I've been to the Munich beer halls, which are quite fun. Is this to the metro or parking? Metro, I guess. Let's walk through the train station, show you the other side of the city. Talk about the wrong side of the tracks. Quite a difference between the two sides of the train station. So if you don't know German, see you later. All right, bye, Dean. If you don't know German, this is the one word you need to know. So this just means like the central train station. HBF. So that's good to know. It's the one German word you need to know. So we'll cut through the station now. Let's take another look at the cathedral from the side. I'm not eligible for booster until February. Yeah, I'm not eligible either till next year. I think February or March even. That's okay. Although I do have a way to get around that. High speed. So here we are inside the train station. Disinfection station. It's like a movie, right? Disinfection station. It's like all those sci-fi films of the past becoming reality. You know, I see it's very shaky, the camera, but it seems a little less shaky than usual for YouTube. I do have my gimbal with me, but I mean not with me, but it's in the hotel. But I should have probably brought it. Well, we got KFC. We got McDonald's. You can see the police over there. English football fans. I get. You have to be a pretty dedicated fan, I guess, to come all the way from England to here to watch a football match and support your team. But I guess it's jolly good fun, so why not? I'm thinking of going to St. Helena to wait the pandemic out, going out of my mind. Yeah. I know, I remember when it hit last year, I was thinking, okay, well, life will be rough for, a couple months or a few months. And now, that few months is turning into years. We're already on our second year, and there's still no end in sight. So you can see, like, this side of the train station, very different. It's like the other side of the tracks. All right. International Pharmacy. So I guess we should probably end this broadcast. I do want to thank you guys so much. Thank you for smashing that like button. Don't forget to leave comments afterwards. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already subscribe. And hit that bell so you get notified. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future. I'll try to show you Cologne tomorrow in the daytime so we can see that market when it's open. And we can get an even better view of the cathedral, I think, in the daytime and see more of that architectural detail. It's good talking to you guys. Bye.